under a different name. And we can speak in code, and once the eagle's flown the nest, I'ma creep by to see what you've been concealing under your dress. You be my Lewinsky, treat me like the president, and it's very relevant that you swallow the evidence. You ain't coming back to the habitat, sorry, it's a hotel thing, I ain't trying to be bait. Telling lies to my woman every time I reach late, getting my alibis and my story straight. And it's a fact that you women love getting attached, the way I hit it when I lay you on your back. Hit it to the rhythm, the track, your boyfriend dinging off your phone on the rim where you're
personal questions. Name or nickname and name of your company.
Okay, my name is Maria Victoria Volpelandi, but nobody has ever called me that. And my nickname is Tota, and my shop is called Happy Sailor in Shoreditch, and we were the first one in Shoreditch when it was a ditch.
There you go, lovely. First ones, I like that. How old are you?
I am 55,
55.
And I've been tattooing since 1992, so it's been a long time.
Where are you from?
I'm from Italy, from near Milan, Piacenza. I moved here when I was 19, and yeah, I moved here as well because I wanted to tattoo, and at the time, 35 years ago, in Italy, tattooing was not that big.
Okay.
But I had my first tattoo after my high level, you know, my high school exam, and I fell in love with it.
Okay, no, we're going to get into that. How long, I think you answered that just now, but how long have you been a tattoo artist?
32 years.
32 years, okay. What inspired you to become a tattoo artist?
Okay, it was, I finished my high school that was very conservative, ridiculous conservative, like Latin, Greek, philosophy, it was that kind of, and I think after the exam, I was so fed up with the whole kind of concert.
The last exam or just?
It was the last exam. Okay. It was the last exam. I was 18, and the day after I went to Milan, got my first tattoo. There was a little butterfly that is almost disappearing here. The wings for freedom. And at the time, I'm telling you, it was a big finger that I gave to all the kind of background and everything. It was a big things for me at the time. Now, obviously, this doesn't make any sense because kids are having tattoos on the hands. First tattoo, face. But at the time, for me, it was actually a quite big thing.
How many tattoos did you have before you became an artist?
I had quite a few, but they were kind of small and, you know, all over. Because at the time, it's just like, you know, yeah, it was, I picked little, you know, the time you go into a tattoo shop, you pick a little things and you had it done. All of a sudden, I actually met the guy that actually changed completely my life, and that was Alex Binney from Into You. And Steve Herring that told me how to tattoo, and they told me instead of having little tattoo, think big, and that was the best advice I've ever had. Yeah, and I went, yeah.
Okay, if you can answer this, how many tattoos do you have now?
I think it's probably one. It's kind of, it's merging into one, yeah.
Lovely. Okay. What is the process of becoming a tattoo artist?
Okay.
So today I decide I want to be one. What's my first step?
I always kind of loved drawing, even if I did not go to art school. And I mean, I fell in love with my first tattoo, and I have the second one in Italy as well. Moved to London, met Alex Binney, and I started getting bigger things from them and nagged him to teach me. So he couldn't do it, but he put me in contact with another guy that used to work there, Steve from I Hate Tattoos in Camden. And he did start teaching me, and it was great. It was a bit of a different apprenticeship from in the proper shop, but Steve really kind of taught me, and yeah.
Okay, so when it comes to the process, is there a certain length of time or a number of people?
I mean, I think it would just it took about 2 years to actually give me enough confidence to...
2 years every day or just weekdays?
I mean, generally, at the beginning, it was about 3 days a week or something, but after... For a while, I have to say, I got a little bit scared to kind of move on and become a full-on tattooist, but at some point I knew that was what I wanted to do. Lovely. So, yeah.
Okay. What is your favorite tattoo on you, and can I see it?
Yes, yes, sorry. This is my, this is one of my first tattoo that goes down to here. And it was the first big one that Alex did. And yeah, it was quite painful. I was young, and it was a big one. It was my first big tattoo.
All the way down.
Yeah, just all the way down. But
how long did it take?
a couple of sessions actually, but they were intense. I took it. I was well proud.
Lovely. Last two in this section. What is your tattoo niche and why did you choose it?
Okay, anything, I would say kind of black and grey, kind of geometric dot work is traditional, is what I like best. Anything that is not realistic, I'm not very good. I don't really like the style, but at the same time, I'm not very good either. So yeah.
So is that why you picked it? Because you were good at it, or?
I actually think I really like tattoos with black line around, and it just kind of I'm a bit more dramatic shading. So realistic is not my thing.
Okay, lovely. All right, last one in this block. What do you think makes a great tattoo?
A great tattoo. It's kind of obviously the tattooist that can make the difference, but obviously just kind of in the talking to the customer before to just kind of do something that is special and make them feel special as well. I mean, this is a traditional tattoo shop, so you get the banters and you get the
Nice. Lovely. Okay, let's move on to the next one. It's about your experience. So question one. How do you feel about a newbie? How did you feel about being a newbie in a tattoo shop?
I actually worked a little bit in a tattoo shop in Covent Garden, but I knew the owner and we were friends. And after I took over TEASERS, so I didn't actually kind of,
Was it really,
it was more like working on my shop, but yeah.
Okay, cool. How does the industry treat new artists in general? Are they welcoming?
There was a time that new artists were not very welcomed, I suppose, but now everything has changed a lot. I mean, from high street shop where you could actually walk in and have tattoos on the spot, now everything is more like studios or just kind of booking up email and appointments. Which takes away a little bit the spur of the moment. I'm having a cheeky tattoo today, kind of thing. But yeah.
Okay. All right. Third question: how do well-known artists treat new artists?
It really depends, because there are some old artists that I really look up to, and they are absolutely awesome people. Some others are a little bit big-headed, but this is just kind of, it's probably in any kind of business, really.
All industries, really.
For sure.
Yeah. Tell me about your first paid client / session. No names unless famous.
Famous. I think my first. my first. I don't know. I'm just kind of. What did I tattoo? Oh my god.
So your first paid, not your first one.
Yeah. I mean, we tattooed. That my first paying customer that was not famous. I remember because I was still kind of learning tattooing, and it was quite interesting to actually get money for doing something that I really wanted to do.
Exactly.
After we had people from in this shop like Amy Winehouse, her husband, someone from McFly. We had Kath from EastEnders as well, and there was Elijah Wood when he actually did Green Street. I think he was filmed here as well because they got tattooed in the film. They got filmed here, but after they came. That's it. Yeah, and I don't know. I did the fake tattoos for Neil by Mouth years and years ago with Gary Oldman and Kathy Burke and Ray Winston, but they were kind of fake.
Okay,
I mean, for the movie. Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's cool, man. All right, tell me about the best day you've had to date being a tattoo artist.
I had a few when just kind of, people come in and just kind of with an idea, and you kind of make it a little bit different, but I just kind of a little bit more original, and it just kind of, it's actually a really nice process to go through with someone that is a little bit more open to suggestion as well.
Right, okay, yeah. All right then, so we're going to go the opposite way. Tell me about the worst day you've had as a tattoo artist today. If you've had one.
It's probably the like 5 minutes to closing time. 7 girls, maybe a tiny little bit tipsy. They're coming in to have a little tattoos all together, and it just kind of becomes a little bit insane.
Okay, I like that answer. Okay, what's the funniest thing you have witnessed during your time being an artist? Anything comes to mind?
I mean, I'm just kind of trying to find something that's not violently obscene. I don't know. No, little funny thing is like, oh, you know, it will be painful, and they say, what, are you trying to pull me off? You touch them, you do a 2 second, and they say, oh, is that it?
Oh, okay.
And 5 minutes later they faint, or stuff like that. This is kind of, yeah.
I like that one too.
It does happen. Or vomit. Or vomit.
Oh my gosh. Has anyone ever started an awkward conversation with you while you're tattooing? Guess so. Do you have
How weird would you like the conversation?
Where did you want to go?
I mean, someone in this shop actually managed to tattoo a vulva on somebody's arsehole one time. It wasn't me, but it happened in this shop.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, they go like that.
They go like that. All right. Last 2 questions in this block. As a whole, which country would you say has the best tattooists as a whole?
I mean, my idol has forever have been Oriyoshi and Alex Binney and people at Into Zed Lehead. I mean, it just kind of, I really have to say that Japan or England, of course. Yeah, no, there are a lot of good tattooists all over the world. But my all-time favorite, just kind of, I don't know, probably because Into as a shop had amazing artists, and I was lucky to hang around with them. So obviously, it was a good time.
Lovely. All right, last one in this block. A Google search says Marie Oga is the oldest tattoo artist in the world at 105. Do you plan to be an artist that long?
Look, I mean, when I see picture of this lady, this Philippine lady, she's awesome. I want to be like her when I grow up. That's
so
it. No, I mean, until my hands won't shake and my eyes will stay,
yeah.
I will definitely, yeah.
Lovely. Okay, bonus question in this one. Family and friends tattoo ideas. Do you give them your honest opinion, or do you just say, oh yeah, that's nice?
Generally, I have to say, after all these years, probably I became a quite good psychologist, and I can just kind of, if I see a little opening, I put my foot in it. But in general, if someone wants something really basic and they, you know, there's not much point to try to change their mind.
Okay.
And I respect anyone, whatever they want.
That's it. Okay, we're going into the next block. This one is about tattoos. Are there things you won't ink on someone?
There are certain symbols that I wouldn't do, or some pictures that I would find that it's not just being offensive, but I think they will actually be life-changing for people.
For that person.
So it's kind of, I don't mind tattooing places like very visible, but I would rather tattoo people on the neck or hand or face that already have tattoos and they are of a certain age. So basically, you know, and it's not something on the spur of the moment. If you tattoo something so, you know, you build it up. I mean, one of my clients, Lisa, that lovely lady, she wanted something on the forehead and it looks awesome on her. But we actually spent several months to kind of plan it, just put some stencil to make her feel comfortable because it is life-changing. So
especially the ones that you can see.
And it's like, I mean, this lady was obviously over 50, but it's just that if someone 18 would ask me something on the forehead, I wouldn't do it.
Okay. Next question is there a body part that you won't ink and why?
I think
i.e. eyes.
Eyes, I think is not like tattooing with a gun. You have to inject kind of pigment. It's something that I cannot do, I would not do it on myself, and I would not do it on other, even if I was able to.
Would you allow it to be done here?
No.
Okay.
You know, I've got a lot of friends. One of our receptionists had eyes blacked out.
Oh, wow.
But I don't know. I think that
Just
eyes are a
too hard.
little bit too important to just kind of, I wouldn't do it. I really would not.
Just to go off that then, what about gums? I've seen some people do gums.
James, that used to work here, did some gums on someone,
Okay.
and it was okay, actually. I mean, as I say, generally, I think I tattooed a bit of everything in my life, yeah.
Cool. All right, here we go. Next one. Would money make you do a tattoo you know wouldn't heal well? No, like if they want.
They ask us bottom. Yeah, I mean, I will explain, and we all do in this shop, that certain tattoos, you know, they're not going to stay very well, and it's kind of, you know, my palms are not fantastic. I did it. I wanted to do it, but as long as people know the certain part, you know, and you might have to have it retouched, that's fine. But you know, just kind of, we need to explain to them the thing.
Okay, cool. Okay, the fifth, is it fifth? No, fourth question. Is a sleeve or a whole body tattoo considered one tattoo?
I think it's just kind of when you get, yeah, it's one. Yeah, for sure.
I've got one.
I've got one.
Okay, cool. Worst tattoo you had to cover up, and what was it, and how did you fix it?
Okay.
Or what did you cover it up?
I mean, a while ago, it was quite dark, and it was kind of really messy arm on this guy that was actually really upset because he had a lot of tattooing when he was young, and they were, you know, quite badly done, probably, you know, by hand or whatever.
Yeah,
It was quite dark, and I turned into a kind of colorful Japanese sleeve, and the guy was actually really, really happy because he actually, you know, felt quite self-conscious about going around. One of the tattoos that actually gave me the most satisfaction was this guy, that Middle Eastern guy that just kind of, when he was a kid, he got his arm almost burned out by a bomb. So he had all this skin graft, and he never wore short sleeve. And by the time we finished to cover that, it was, he was super proud. It was like literally looking at in the mirror and crying. It was like, well, that was really good.
That's nice. I like that. Okay. In your view, if someone no longer likes a tattoo, would you say cover it up, remove it, or live with it?
I would say cover it up. Removing is very painful, it's very expensive, and unless really you want to have something put on, like to remove completely a big tattoo, it takes a lot of time and effort and money. I think it's just kind of, if it's really, really, really dark, we might just kind of say zap it once with a bit of laser to make it lighter. But in general, we can, I mean, you know, I really enjoy doing cover-ups. I really do. It's something completely different, but it's interesting.
Just a side note on that one is, have you felt the laser of the removal?
Yes, yes.
So comparing getting one done and removing, which is which pain?
No. The laser is worse.
Oh,
I would say 50 times worse.
Wow.
Laser is really painful.
Wow.
And it's like when people say, oh, it doesn't hurt, it's because they keep it probably very low.
Okay.
To actually remove it quite fast as well, it is really painful. It's super painful, really, really painful.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't have thought that. I thought getting it
honestly,
on was more.
I'm telling you, laser is bad. It's like having an elastic band snapped at you, like very, it is not pleasant.
Wow, okay, next one. Who do you tattoo more, males or females, and which do you prefer to tattoo, if you prefer to tattoo?
I think it's probably 50-50. I have to say, maybe now guys are having slightly bigger tattoos, but that is not a rule anyway. It just kind of as in general. But is really the design, is kind of, is not just male, female, is the art and the kind of connection that I have with the people. So,
That's a good one. Okay, an Italian tattoo artist, the name, set the world record for the longest single session, 60 hours. Could you do that? And what is your longest session?
60 hours is a lot.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's crazy.
I'm not even sure if it's worse for the tattooist or the person that is. I mean, was he on the same person?
Yeah, it seems it was.
Blimey. I mean, I'm impressed about both. I think my longest session was about 12 hours. and on me was probably about 6 hours. But yeah, I don't know. It just kind of, there is a point that, okay, tattooing hurts and you got to earn it, but at some point, if it becomes horrific, yeah, I really don't see the point.
Cool. All right. Last two in this one. Would you say it's more common? What would you say is the most common tattoo? You know, like the praying hands.
That was probably about 15 years ago. I mean, that was the David Beckham time. So beginning of the 2000s, everyone had kind of all this like praying hand, like a religious sleeve and whatever. Yeah. I mean, before then there were the owls. After there were everything started with the stars, though, like literally. So every year has got slightly different.
There's a one tattoo.
That's it.
My dad's got two that I think are very popular. He's got the barbed wire, because I remember when he started
absolutely,
that.
I remember.
It's a certain bird, but a lot of people have it. He's got a bird on his neck, but I've seen a lot of people with this particular bird. It's not an owl.
It's not like.
It's got like one wing out.
Is it kind of a swallow?
Yeah.
Because generally swallows, they're kind of, but they're traditional, very nice though.
It seems to be a very popular one, but I thought there might be like
I mean, this is like traditional tattooing, so throughout, you know, the swallows, they got kind of meanings as well, nautical star, everything like Sailor Jerry and stuff, yeah.
I get it, okay. All right, last one in this section. Okay, so bamboo tattoo, skin stitching, hand tap tattoo, ink rubbing and tattoo machines.
Yeah.
In your view, which gives the best results?
Okay, I think it's just kind of hand poking and machine. It's just kind of both results are very, very good. It's depending obviously on the guy that does it. We get this Thai, you know, art master on that comes twice a year, and he does religious Buddhist tattoos by hand. He's super fast. His lines are incredible.
Yeah, I heard
so
that is
he's so
detailed.
fast. I cannot tell you how fast this guy is by hand. But I can hand poke, but you know I use the machine because it's kind of easy.
With that guy that you're talking about, is he refusing to use guns and stuff, or
no?
Just a master at that?
He's master at that.
Oh, okay.
In Thailand, you can just kind of be a cant master. You learn tattooing, but it's all kind of with a ritual before and after. It's just there are kind of at the end they put. I mean, it's a really nice ritual, but it's kind of they've got to activate the magic of the tattoo. It's a very nice ritual, very lovely to look at, and to just kind of the chanting and everything is really, really nice.
Oh, that's cool, lovely. All right, so we're going to move on to the next block. It's just random things tattoo-wise. Okay, so it's like half of these are true or false questions, and half are.
Oh my God!
So here's the first one: tattoo artists don't like finishing off other artists' work. True or false?
In general,
if you want to elaborate, you can.
Yeah, in general, I mean, I would feel absolutely humbled and not very comfortable to finish the work of someone that's got, famous or what. Yeah, I couldn't do it. If someone has got, it really depends from the tattooist that did it, why they stopped going. Yeah.
Okay. Would you, if it was your work, is that an insult? Like someone started it and then...
it really, if there was something between me and the customer went somewhere else, I would understand. But just there's nothing wrong. It's just like,
Yeah. Okay. Tattoo artists don't like being asked how much will it cost. True or false?
I mean, no, generally people is like, how much is a tattoo? And it's like, what tattoo? Like a line, a word, a sleeve? Yeah. And when it's almost very vague. It's like, oh, big as a palm. It's like my palm, giant,
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
so in general, if they give me...
Saying, why are you asking us?
I mean,
I get that.
I mean, how much is a bodysuit? We give you an idea how many hours roughly, but it's almost impossible. It depends as well if it's black and grey, if it's color, depends on the size and the details. So yeah, it's quite difficult sometimes. Small tattoos is much easier to kind of give a price. Yeah.
All right, cool. Okay, next one. tattoo artists don't like doing tattoos that they know they have to retouch. True or false?
Yeah, that is true.
Okay.
But as I said, as long as if someone really wants him and they know the score, it might not be needed to retouch, but in general, there are certain places that, yeah, maybe.
Okay, lovely. Next one. There's no such thing as the best artist because there's too many niches. True or false?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Also, okay. Google
But there are people that change the history of tattooing, and some of them you have to.
You have to.
Yeah, respect them.
Lovely. All right. Google search. Captain Cook is the Michael Jordan of the tattoo world / industry. True or false?
Let's go for true. Yeah, yeah.
Just a Google search was like, yeah, he's like one of the biggest names. I was like, okay then, let me ask Tota. Number 6. Can you name 3 types of tattoos that you have refused to do personally?
Right. I refuse to do some kind of writing on people's forehead with something that, I mean, I refuse to do this guy that, this Italian guy that actually wanted on his eyebrow, I love black women. And I was like, look, I mean,
that's nice, but
no, I mean, anyone that look at you, white, black, or whatever color, I was thinking, what's the fucking nutcase? You know, it's just like you, I don't know. There's definitely a niche of dating as well. But I really thought it was a bit of a joke. He actually thought, you know, he got a bit insulted. So I was like, look, I'm trying to save your life here.
Yeah,
you can get stabbed for that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Definitely. Okay, number 7. Do you copyright your tattoo designs?
No, you don't.
Why? If yes, why?
No, it's just almost, yeah.
Okay, it's going to lead to the next one. Tattoo artist Whitmill, I think that's how you pronounce his name, did Mike Tyson's tattoo.
Oh, yeah.
And he later sued Warner Brothers for using it on another character in the Hangover movie. Do you support artists doing that? If not, why?
Look, I mean, if you tattoo someone that famous with something on the face, I mean, really, you open yourself up a little bit, just kind of sorry. I mean, I knew this lady, that great piercer, that literally changed history of piercing, Elaine Angel, that had 2 beautiful wings on her back. This is like 90s it was, and she got the copyright on those wings because everyone tried to kind of copy, and I understand, but how do you enforce that as well?
That's what I was thinking about. That guy took, well, when you
I mean, you see I suppose,
But if someone's walking down the street and you see them with your tattoo, I don't know what you can do.
And everything looks kind of a little bit, yeah.
Okay, last 2 questions in this one. Have you ever made a mistake while tattooing?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Whoever tells you that they didn't, I think is good.
That mistake only you can spot?
No,
that obvious.
I tell you the story, and that I think it's kind of a tattooist that makes mistake is quite good if he actually can sort it out. But it's like one day, it was the least lest we forget. One night this guy comes in for like lest we forget poppies and everything on his neck, and I was like, I don't think he's least, and he kept saying no, he's least. So me being the foreigner and lazy enough to not check it, I wrote least. 2 weeks later, basically he just kind of came back and said, my friend said he was less. On top, I actually posted that fucking picture with, so at the end I said, I don't get any kudos for the fucking mistake, but we put another poppy, we rewrote least, he looks, less, we redid that, and he actually looked really good, he just kind of, it was sorted out, but yeah, it happens more often than you think.
Alright, last question in this section is, what do artists think of other artists that are willing to do any tattoo for the money?
I do not share the same thing. I mean, I know that even like artists kind of on a beach in Ibiza probably do crazy stuff and whatever. I think it's a little bit soul destroying, and even I don't know. I just wouldn't do it. Not my soul, not my conscience, but it's kind of, I'm not that desperate to just kind of, you know,
Do anything
generally
for
I would say that I would actually manage to kind of convince the people to maybe not do quite something like that. I would try to convince them first.
Lovely. Okay. Here we go. This is the last block, last 10 questions. Okay, so this one's called Inside the Tattoo Artist's Brain. All right, here we go.
What brain?
What is your favorite title for an artist? Tattooer, tattooist, inker? Or do you
I like
have a name?
tattooist. I'm an old school tattooist, yeah.
Lovely. Okay, what is a tattoo pet peeve of yours?
Sorry, what tattoo?
A pet peeve, like something that annoys you, like people coming in drunk or something, or people wanting to have a discount. Or
It's just, no, generally it's when I don't drink. I haven't been drinking for 28 years, so I can smell alcohol around the corner.
Right.
So it's when people come in and they're obviously altered and they started kind of, you know, the other day someone came and said, no, we're not drunk, but we're very spiritual. To which I said, just because you drunk spirit does not make spiritual. But, you know, there are things like this, yeah.
Trying to play with the words, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
What tattoo request gets you excited?
Something that is not super big, because I quite like to, you know, I like to finish it not in a year time.
Right,
So
okay,
just kind
not
of
too
a
big,
nice
not like
size.
a whole
It's kind of something that maybe black and grey, something that from my book, something, yeah, that really gets me excited. And it's just, once again, it's someone picking your design and maybe just kind of change it a little bit to make it.
Okay, so the next one is, what tattoo request gets you unexcited?
Is sometimes it's not even the size, because I've done little tattoos that they were super cute and I really enjoyed doing it. But sometimes it's kind of, yeah, there was the infinity symbol kind of time where everyone wanted an infinity symbol, and it's kind of, I think if you got one tattoo to tell the world who you are, pick something a bit more interesting than a date of birth or an infinity symbol or a star. But once again, it's personal, yeah.
It's personal. Okay, number 5, halfway through. What is your favorite piece of tattoo equipment?
I had a beautiful machine that Zedler had just kind of donate for my birthday long time ago. It was like a rotary to do dots, but it was kind of, he had this front made with mammoth ivory, so extinct elephant kind of, so that was one of my favorite. And I've got another machine that
Do you use it, or is it like,
No, I use it.
glass?
And there's another one from this guy called Aaron Kane. That is my favorite machine. There's folded steel with all this kind of beautiful machine, really.
Is
so
that what you use to
I use it not
occasionally?
daily, but I use it I still use it. I use all my machines, so yeah.
Okay, what is the best compliment you have gotten from a client or fellow artist? Tota's great.
Right. I think it's just kind of, I got a few times just kind of about the experience that I gave to people. It's just that it's not just the tattoo, it's actually the experience of coming in, talking to someone, connect, and I think having a good experience and seeing people leaving the shop like 10 foot taller,
Yeah.
this is great.
Yeah.
This is what I felt at the beginning, and it's like, and still now when I get tattooed, I feel much taller, probably
Yeah.
because I'm a dwarf, but anyway, but I really stomp out, and it's a good energy, positive energy, kind of.
That's cool. All right. What top 3 questions shouldn't your next client ask?
Can you remove that line at the end of the tattoo, please? Can you take that off? It's like, it's kind of, can I have
Let
this?
me get the laser out.
Yeah, I mean, I get the cheese grater. Can I have more anesthetic? And it's like, no, it will hurt you after. Or can I have it 1% smaller?
No.
When it's already very small, it's like, 1% is not making any difference. But yeah.
Okay, next one, last 3. What profession other than your own would you like to attempt? Or would you keep it in tattoos and just
I mean,
make it a drawing?
I make jewelry as well, so I would like to do some, I mean, as a hobby. I paint pottery, that is all kind. But if I have to, I probably would, I don't know, something with any, like horses, or I don't know, it's like, I mean, no, motorcycle for sure. I would like to be a mechanic, I'm quite good. Also, I fly helicopters, so being a helicopter pilot, it would be good.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Okay, what one change would you make to the tattoo industry? Don't matter, no money, exempt, you can change anything. What would you change? Or what would you want to see changed?
Instagram disappearing.
Why is that? Tell me why.
Sorry, I am obviously not, I'm very technologically challenged because of my, I found like doing little stories with emojis, I'm 55. I mean, really, it's a little bit, I don't know, before, I think most of the clients are still coming for word of mouth, but obviously media is becoming bigger and bigger, so you have to obviously feed that. But sometimes it's just, yeah, I'd rather do something else.
Rather not do that.
Yeah.
All right, lovely. Okay, here's the last question. If a tattoo heaven existed, what would you want to hear the tattoo god say as you walk through the pearly gates? She's here! There she is, I told you!
I would be the tattoo god. I would say thank you because you really made my life. Yeah. I did a little promise a long time ago to a tattoo god. I don't believe in gods in general, but you know, let's kind of talk. Yeah, I think thank you because I had some really good 30 years.
Yeah. So you don't know where you would have been if not for tattoos right now?
I would be probably very frustrated in some other job. No. But before, I used to work in a theatre. I used to manage a theatre in the West End, which was great, but it was not quite, no, it was not. So, yeah.
Lovely, that's the end. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Karma. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And everything. Thank you.